out at US media outlets for calls and praises on Iran soon after opening of the Strait of Hormuz. Trump has renewed his attacks on outlets over what he has seen as quote-unquote critical coverage of his government's Iran policies. Trump spoke out on this via social media, stating that the failing New York Times, fake news CNN and others just don't know what to do. He goes on to state that they are desperately looking for a reason to criticize President Donald Trump on the Iran situation, but just can't find it. Why don't they just say at the right time, "Job well done, Mr. President," and start to gain back their credibility? All right, once again, a barrage of criticism from US President Donald Trump on selective media outlets. Surinder Singh Lali, do you think the likes of CNN and other agencies who have been critical of US President Donald Trump have in fact been reflecting the truth that's happening on the ground?
Megha, it's only a matter of time till even CNN and the parent company gets caught out, and Donald Trump personally sat under that accusation, but we're not going to worry about that. Megha, the issue is that both the parties are now looking for a face saver. And Donald Trump, the mercurial, mercantilist, and I'm sorry, with all responsibility, I'm going to say the megalomaniac that is, he just wants to be a deal maker, but I don't think he understands, with 5 bankruptcies and so many convictions, that politics is not the art of, zero-sum game. It's a very long procedure. And it's very unfortunate that I hope he ends up controlling his emotions and his true social post so that he only does not end up ruining it. Because when he talks about comparing himself to the Pope, to Jesus, and then on top of that, he takes on the Pope, which is his core vote bank, the evangelical vote bank. And on top of that, when he wants Iran to capitulate and then he wants a deal from them. So this is not only a theater of the absurd, it's so many ironies in it. And my last comment is that, I agree with both of my speakers, and I want to give you this analogy, that if America hasn't won, then Iran hasn't lost either. A tiger, when it goes out for a hunt with the might of the American and the Israeli military might, tiger is looking for the next deer to be hunted. So if a tiger makes an effort and doesn't get one, he's going to wait and get the next one the other day. But a deer is running for survival, and so is the state of, Iran. So Iran has shocked Mossad and their intelligence bit by only using a geographical location in order to stop the entire economy. So Megha, neither one of them are on board. If, like Major General Saab said, that, if Iran has its back against the wall, so does Donald J. Trump, because he has so much stack against him for the midterms coming. And Megha, my last point is that, oil prices, when they go up like a gas balloon. When they come down, they come like a feather. So the kind of infrastructural damage that Iran has inflicted with intelligence from other countries, are a different discussion for a different day, is that it might hit his midterm. So please understand, both the parties have their back against the wall for their domestic consumption, and both of them are actually catering to the domestic constituencies, Megha.
Okay, I have more information. Let's bring our focus to that. The US president has now claimed that Tehran and Washington will jointly recover Iran's